All right, it's your man, Sir-Earl coming back at you. Podcast number 200. I would have never thought it possible. Um, you should have heard the first ones. They sound horrible. So you get better with time and experience. Chia has, today is Monday. Chia will have her first part of her show is on Thursday. So that's what, 4 days, 3 days? So we're getting close. We're getting to the end result. So we're going to basically on this podcast this time, it's just really, I'm going to try explaining and making sense of what the New Jacks call prep week. We just call it the last week before the show. The changes that we make. And, you know, a lot of people will look at people competing and they will say, oh, I could do that. Well, you know, we've been really, really strict and really applying discipline and all those things for the last 4 months. This is just what we do in the last week to bring the physique into a way where it looks like it does. Dry, hard, veiny, all those things that people look at and fool their damn self into believing that they can do it. So a lot of work, a lot of discipline, a lot of sacrifice. So anyway, I wanted to start out by, I want to congratulate my favorite niece, Dana. She got married in Atlanta this past weekend to a great guy, so they say. I've never met him, but that's my niece and love her to death. So I just want to say to her, I'm very sorry I couldn't make it, but, you know, we have so much riding on this show that just trying to get to another city, traveling a week before you start your final destination is very, very risky and very difficult and all those things. So I want to say congratulations to Dana and my sister Zena. And like I said, I want to apologize for not being able to be there. I've seen the pictures. You were beautiful, like I knew you would be. And I just want to say congratulations. So good luck, Dana. All right. So now, going into this podcast, okay, we will look at this and title it as the final week. And the final week consists of, okay, I try to explain to people, if you can imagine flying on a plane, okay, the most adjustments that is made to fly a plane, no matter what distance it's traveling, is the takeoff, and the landing. And the landing is far more important, far more technical, far more skilled than the takeoff or the flight. The flight, you just fly, you know. But if you notice, when you're on a plane, you could be 2-3 cities away from where you're going, and they start making adjustments, saying, okay, we're going to drop from 20,000 feet down to 18,000 feet. We're dropping from 18,000 feet to 15. And what that is they're making adjustments to land right on the spot that they need to land to. They don't get over the damn airport and just drop down. It don't work that way. It's very skilled, very involved. And that's the same way in preparing for a show, especially a big event like what Chia is competing in. She's competing in a professional division. And you don't hear of a lot of professionals within the greatest organization that there is to compete in, the IFBB. The competition is out of this world, and you must be perfect to even stand a chance of not getting your ass blown off stage. So this final week, we make the final preparation. Even though we've been preparing for like probably the last 3 to 4 months, the final destination to hit your target is that stage on Thursday night at the best you can be all the body fat stripped, all the water depleted, all the muscles pumped, all the vein, everything, your presentation, everything comes down to that last week. It's the whole 3 or 4 months is a process, but you can blow all of that if you blow the landing, if you blow the final picture, if you blow the last week of making the adjustments of what it takes to display a physique, hard earned. So it cracks me up when I see these knuckleheads talking about, oh, they do this, they do that, they PDs, or I could, you cannot, you wouldn't, you don't have the, the same people talking that shit, you don't have the discipline to eat right and sacrifice eating, sitting there wrong and not training and missing workouts. You don't have the discipline to do that. If you did, trust me, you'd be on stage. If you don't, if you're not, you'd be sitting there talking shit like you're doing. So this final week, going into this final week, which was probably the last 2 weeks, Chie has been on 3 to 3.5 gallons of water a day. The reason being, starting Sunday, yesterday, we started to deplete the water. So you go from 3 down to 2.5, down to 2, so on and so on and so on, to it's nothing. And the reason being, if you have your body conditioned on 3 gallons of water a day, which most of you people couldn't do, 3 gallons of water a day, your body wants to flush 3 gallons of water a day. So when you start to deplete it, your body still flushes that water, and it will start taking it from areas, preferably between the muscle and the skin. Your body is comprised of 83% water. Now, if you overdo it, you're going to be flat. If you overdo it, you're going to hold a film of water, and the muscles still are not going to show. So it's a precise thing. Same way we cut out any supplements that she may be taking, which in the off season, supplements are great for you. Protein powders, creatine, all those things are great for you. You don't need it when you're trying to show a totally dry and complete and full physique. So we start last week. We start to eliminate any outside sources other than just good natural food. So for me personally, we take out all those things that she's taking, protein drinks and such. And for me, and a mistake that most people make is that they don't regard for the calories. Me, for the things we take out, we calculate it. We see just how many calories are we cutting when we cut this stuff out, and that's got to be replaced or even increased. A lot of people do the opposite of what I do when they're trying to come down and get things done. They actually are cutting calories. I believe you cut all the fat, you strictly with muscle, your metabolism is going 1,000 miles an hour because you've been doing cardio for 3 months nonstop every day. So what I try to do is I try to increase the calories to compensate for the descent. That's what I do as I prepare her as a coach, as a trainer, whatever. And I find that a lot of knuckleheads, people that don't know what the fuck they're doing, they actually decrease more and more and more, and that's why they wind up coming into a show completely flat. I believe in increasing. So we bring down the water, we bring down the cardio. So she's no longer doing 45 to 50 minutes of cardio a day. The last 3 days, she might have been doing 15, 20 minutes. The last 2 days before the show, then when did she want to do any? Like the day she went power walking for 20 minutes. So the last 2 days, she won't do any cardio at all. It's just time to let the body fill out. You've been beating it down for 3 months. So it's just time to let the body fill out. So, I may look at her getting ready 3 or 4 times a day. I want to see how your body's changing, how do it look in the morning, how do it look in the afternoon, how do it look in the evening. What I try to do is make the adjustments. The show starts at 12. Make the adjustments to where she looks at her absolute best in the afternoon. When's the best time to make those adjustments? It's damn show ain't the day of the show. So you start experimenting when she gets closer to that, to make sure around this time of the day she looks her best. So you adjust her meals around the time, you adjust her water intake around the time. She's been eating basically a lot of rice cakes and peanut butter to kind of fend off hunger. So you make sure all those things are in line. So when you get to the show, at that time that they start judging, you're at your best or close to your best. A lot of people don't do that. I don't know if I'm just extra or anal or whatever the hell it is. I just try to, my job is to try to present you at the very best that you can be. And then you let the judges figure out. You can't guarantee somebody's going to win because it's not your call. You have 7 to 9 judges that decide that. But the best thing that I can do is bring you in at your absolute best. And that's why for probably the last 10 to 12 years, we've always been in the top 3 no matter what level show we do. Anybody in the top 3 can be considered a winner because you have to judge the top 3. You are not winning the show placing 10th. It ain't going to happen. So my job is to get you at your best and put you in a position to be judged as a winner. That's all I can do. That's my job. But a lot of people like to see the end result. They want to come to the show and, I could do that. I could do that. Well, you got to put the 3 months and 4 months of discipline in first. You've got to, if I tell you you look like you need to drink down 3 gallons, you can't be, I can only drink 1. I don't want to hear that. You know what I mean? You have to do what you have to do. There are no excuses whatsoever. Hey, Shari. This is my daughter talking. Shari's my granddaughter, so I'm saying hi to them. They're following me on Facebook Live. So, Michael, I see you, boy. So it's a whole process. It's way more scientific and calculated than people think. To look good at your absolute best against the rest of the best in the world, which right now she is considered one of the best in the world. The highest level you could compete at any show in bodybuilding is the Mr. or Miss Olympia. She's one show from competing in the Miss Olympia, which we believe will fix that this year. Whereas I think she'll win and qualify for the Olympia. So, for all those people that make the comments that, I could compete, I could do this, I could do that. No, you couldn't. Stop lying to yourself. It's not easy. If it was, everybody we'd have a lot more people competing. It's people that started out competing that used to beat Chie, and I used to always tell her, when you get to your best, you get to your peak, those people won't even be around anymore. And to this day, none of them are around. It's because she had the longevity to stick with it, the discipline to stick with it, and the will to win. She worked very, very hard. She's made dramatic improvements this year, which I won't say I'm surprised, but we worked very, very hard to bring in a better physique. And that was accomplished. She looks absolutely amazing. And we'll just got to wait till Thursday, finish doing these last preps. Even though today is Monday, the show starts Thursday, we still have a lot of work we got to do in terms of bringing everything in on time. It's not over. It's not a time to relax. You actually don't relax until after the final numbers are drawing. You know what I mean? You get no rest at all until it's over. Um, and so once again, it'll be Thursday at the Tinley Park Convention Center. I'm inviting everybody out to come see it. Tell Ashari I can't wait to see her either. Um, so it's at the Tinley Park Convention Center. Start on Thursday. She'll compete Thursday. She'll compete Saturday. One's the Open, one's the Masters. So I invite everybody out. Tell them you heard it on the podcast. I'm not buying you no goddamn tickets. You're not getting nothing free, so don't even ask. So come on out and let's just have a good time and see one of our favorite trainers and personalities kick ass. So I invite y'all. Come on out.